We appreciate you coming out today to celebrate the ribbon cutting for the Boerne Banking Center. And we're happy to see you here. It's a great crowd. We noticed that their parking lot is already overflowing, and we went to other parking lots. So we're glad that everybody showed up, took time out of your busy schedule to welcome them into our community. So my name is Jacques DeBose. I'm with Heartland Payments and also with the City of Boerne, and I chair the Ambassador Council and like to welcome you on behalf of the Chamber, and also have an ambassador for the city as well. So I'd like to bring up John. Many of you already know John. I think he's been through leadership Boerne with the Chamber already, so he knows a lot of you folks. So I'd like to present this certificate to you on behalf of your ribbon cutting on the 11th day of May, 2010. We're happy to have you guys here. We're glad that you've made it home in Boerne. And what we're going to do now is let John say a few words. I think he's got some key folks that he wants to introduce here in the crowd. And as I'm looking around, I see a lot of people from the community. I see one of my colleagues back there, Jeff Aberstroh. He's also serves on the city council with me. So thanks for being here, Jeff. You can acknowledge Jeff. Thank you. Anybody else from the city or the county here today? All right. Well, welcome. I'm going to turn it over to John.
First of all, thank everybody for coming. I'm going to introduce Ronnie Cox, who's chairman of our board of directors. He's going to say some words, and then we'll hear from Bob as Ronnie introduces him. So.
Good afternoon. We thank everybody for being here and joining us for this exciting milestone in our bank's history. I'd like to begin by introducing my colleagues, the Board of Directors. Al Elliott, Claire Jones, Joe Bess Jackson, Eddie Sawyer, and Glenn Richardson. We'll introduce our other board member and president and CEO of our bank in just a minute. We've been providing personalized and high-quality banking services in Sonora, Texas for over 110 years. In 1995, we began an expansion with the construction of 2 branches in San Angelo, Texas. Then in early 2009, we opened our temporary branch in Boerne and created the Boerne Banking Center. Our objective has always been to bring hometown banking to a community. In fact, our mission is providing excellent professional financial services in a hometown atmosphere. We are excited to be a part of the Boerne community, and we look forward to meeting the community's needs now and in the future. Once again, thank you for joining us here, and thank you for making us feel so welcome in your community. Thank you very much. John Allen, would you introduce?
Sure. Bob Malone is our president and CEO, also a member of the board, and have a few words he'd like to say.
Thank you, John Allen, and Ronnie, thank you. First of all, let me add my welcome to all of you for joining us here today. It's so important to have the Chamber with us, the support that we get with the Chamber, and the community support. And of course, it's wonderful to see our customers. By the way, there's applications on your way out for those that aren't. But also, you know, as the CEO of our bank, I couldn't be more blessed than to have the board of directors that I serve with, but also my board of directors. Supportive, strategic vision, community focused. And it just makes a wonderful, wonderful working relationship. I've got officers scattered through the bank. I'm not going to single them out, but I hope you've had a chance to meet our officers that have come from out of town. I'll let John Allen introduce his, but we have all of our branch managers except one who's a recent grandmother. And so she wasn't able to join us, but we have all of our branch managers here to support the opening of our new branch. This is really an exciting day for us. And you heard Ronnie mention that our bank is 110 years old, and it's interesting. Actually, on May 3rd was the organization meeting of the First National Bank of Sonora. So we are literally just barely 110 years old. But then you think about it, you go 110 years, you know. Some of my board members are just slightly older than that. I didn't say move. No, and it's interesting because we started out in 1900, and there'd actually been only 10 years after Sonora was formed. And in that period of time, there had been 2 attempts to form a bank, and they had failed. And so a group of ranchers in the area and business people got together and started the First National Bank of Sonora. And they immediately started building a bank. And if you can believe it, it cost $2,500 for a new bank. And we stayed in that location until we moved to the corner on Main Street. And in 1978, we moved to where we are today. But the reason I can tease my board is that they also own us. On the original establishing of the First National Bank of Sonora were a number of families who were pioneer families in Sonora. And it's interesting that one of those family members, who was an early officer and founder of the bank, name was Vanderstein. And on our board today is Joe Best Jackson, who 3rd generation of the same family that began our bank. And we have 2 board members, Claire Jones and Eddie Sawyer, and their families joined the board in the teens. We have Al Elliott, and the Elliott family has been a part of our bank for 50 years. And our chairman, Ronnie Cox's family, moved to Sonora very early on, and Ronnie was raised in Sonora. So the one thing that you can say about our bank is that it is truly, it's a community bank and it's a family-owned bank. And we work very hard to show to all of you that we welcome you. When you walk through the door, we want to be up greeting you and welcoming you to our bank. And it's very important to us because our history is that, and that is one of providing services to communities. So with that kind of wonderful history, it's great. What a real honor to have the opportunity to open this beautiful building and our new bank here in Boerne. I can promise you that you will get the same community service that you've seen in other places that we've been. We are a community bank. We are the Boerne Banking Center here, and we look forward to that. So thank you for welcoming us to the community. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to tell you a little bit about us, and we look forward to seeing you in our lobby. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Of course, I'm John Allen Slocomb. I'll be the branch manager at this location. As many of you know, or probably have been in the Chamber Golf Tournament, I keep things fairly quick on the microphone, so we'll speed this up. I'd like to, first of all, introduce my team. If you're in the room, raise your hand. Catherine Davis. They were hiding. I think she's actually trying to close the line. So we're proud of her. But Catherine is our loan administration officer. Carrie Phillip, I'm sure all of you know Carrie. We've been very fortunate to be able to hire Carrie as our business development officer, and we really feel like she will and has excelled at it at this point. Tabitha Fairley, over here. Can I have Tabitha Sheridan Smurr. So Sheridan will be greeting you as you walk in the front door. She's our new account representative. Lindsay O'Day is new to our team, and we're glad to have Lindsay. But all the employees here are as friendly as they can be, so I invite you to come in, talk to them one-on-one, and I think you'll leave here with a smile on your face and the thought of good service. I'd like to also thank our board of directors for allowing this building to be built. It was a several-year process. I don't know if all of you knew, but we've had this property for several years, and it's nice to see the building come to fruition, and it wouldn't have happened without the support of the directors. So thank you all very much, and again, we couldn't have done it without y'all. I will say that the board and the management of the institution as a whole has been the best group I've worked for thus far. It really tends to trickle down through the employees.